We like to believe a simple story. It is a comforting one. We tell ourselves that people are inherently good. Evil, we say, is an exception. It is a glitch in the system, a deviation from the norm. We see acts of kindness, we see generosity, and we nod in agreement. This is who we truly are, we think. We cling to the idea that malevolence is reserved for a select few. The psychopaths, the monsters, the villains in our movies. This narrative is reassuring. It allows us to sleep at night. It simplifies reality into a clear battle between light and darkness. But is this story true? Look closer. The evidence suggests a more complicated picture. History is not a gentle stream of progress. It is a river of blood, punctuated by moments of peace. For every story of a saint, there are 1,000 stories of cruelty and betrayal. We build memorials to heroes, yet we forget the systems of oppression that made their heroism necessary. We want to believe that evil is external. We resist the unsettling idea that the capacity for terrible deeds might reside within us all. This resistance is a form of denial, a refusal to look at the complete human portrait. Ignoring this duality is a dangerous game. When darkness is only for the bad guys, we leave ourselves vulnerable. By insisting on a sanitized human nature, we fail to build psychological and social guardrails. The idea that humans are flawed creatures is not a modern revelation. It is an ancient wisdom, understood by thinkers and philosophers for millennia. The Stoics, for example, taught their followers to prepare for the worst in human behavior. They understood that people could be treacherous, envious, selfish. In Taoism, the yin-yang symbol represents the interplay of opposing forces. Light cannot exist without dark. Good cannot be understood without evil. Buddhist teachings speak of the three poisons: greed, hatred, ignorance. Our modern brains operate on ancient software. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors lived in small, tightly knit tribes. Their survival depended on a simple, brutal calculus: us versus them. This instinct for tribalism is burned into our neural circuitry. It made sense in a world of scarce resources, where the neighboring tribe was a direct competitor for food-water territory. Today, that same software misfires in our interconnected global society. Our brains still instinctively categorize people into us and them. We do it based on nationality, religion, political affiliation, sports team we support. Another powerful echo from our past is the scarcity mindset. This programmed us to be deeply sensitive to resource competition. We are wired to hoard, to compete, and to feel anxiety when we perceive that others have more than we do. These evolutionary drives are the raw material of human darkness. Psychologists have identified a cluster of 3 personality traits that are closely linked to manipulative, exploitative, and cruel behavior. They call this the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy. Narcissism involves an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. It is the voice that whispers we are special and deserve more. It prioritizes the ego above all else. Machiavellianism is strategic manipulation. Named after Niccolo Machiavelli, who advised rulers to use deceit and cunning, a person high in this trait sees others as pawns. The digital world has become a vast laboratory for the study of human darkness. It provides 2 key ingredients that amplify our worst impulses: anonymity, group dynamics. Online, we can shed our real-world identities and become a username and avatar, a ghost in the machine. This sense of anonymity creates a powerful disinhibition effect. This diffuses our sense of personal responsibility. When everyone in a comment section is spewing hate, it is easy to feel that your own contribution is insignificant, just one drop in a toxic ocean. This is the same dynamic that can turn a crowd of ordinary citizens into a violent lynch mob. This environment is the perfect breeding ground for moral outrage cancel culture. Outrage can feel righteous. It provides a powerful hit of dopamine and a sense of moral superiority. By publicly condemning someone else, we signal our own virtue to our tribe. Online platforms have gamified this process. It becomes an addictive cycle. We are not just expressing an opinion. We are performing our morality for an audience, often at the expense of a designated target. History provides terrifying case studies of what happens when a society's collective shadow is unleashed. These are not anomalies caused by a few evil leaders. They are mass phenomena, enabled by the participation's silent complicity of millions of ordinary people. The Holocaust stands as the ultimate example. It required more than just Hitler and his inner...
Are you my last first kiss? I like your vibe if you're feeling this. Don't give up on all of my hopes just yet. You got me feeling like an addict. first night that we stayed up till 3 a.m. Oh, you're my last first kiss. I like your vibe if you're feeling this. Won't give up on all of my hopes just yet. You got me feeling like an addict. So hit me with your good, good love. I'm tired of waiting for it. I know that we can make this good, good love. You got me dreaming of it. I know that we can have a good, good love. I've been hurt so many times, I know. If this fails, I'm not giving up. I'm not scared to do it all over. I know all I want now is your good, good love. I'm tired of waiting for it. I know that we can make this good, good love. Good, good love.
Thousands of bureaucrats, engineers, trained drivers, and countless citizens who chose to look away. Consider the Rwandan genocide of 1994. In the span of 100 days, neighbors turned on neighbors, slaughtering them with machetes. These were people who had lived side by side, shared meals, and attended each other's weddings. It was fueled by decades of political tension and dehumanizing propaganda broadcast over the radio. The Tutsi people were relentlessly portrayed as cockroaches and snakes. This language systematically stripped them of their humanity, making it psychologically possible for ordinary Hutu citizens to participate in mass murder. The witch trials that swept through Europe and North America in the early modern period were a form of mass hysteria. Fueled by religious anxiety, social tension, and misogyny, accusations often extracted under torture led to a chain reaction of paranoia and death. People genuinely believed they were doing God's work by rooting out evil. These historical events are not just dusty chapters in a textbook, they are mirrors. They reflect back to us the terrifying potential that lies dormant within all human societies. They show us that civility is a thin veneer, easily scratched away by fear. As Alexander Solzhenitsyn wrote from the Gulag, that line cuts through the heart of every human being. The journey toward a more authentic and resilient self begins with an uncomfortable act: self-reflection. It requires us to turn our gaze inward and honestly examine our own shadows. Where does envy curdle your thoughts? When does anger make you act cruelly? In what situations do you resort to small deceptions for personal gain? This is not an exercise in self-flagellation. It is an act of courage. It is about acknowledging that these feelings are part of the human package. By noticing your flash of jealousy when a colleague gets a promotion, or your surge of righteous anger in a traffic jam, you take away their power to control you from the dark. There are powerful stories of transformation that begin with this kind of confrontation. Former white supremacists who, through a personal connection, were forced to see the humanity in the people they hated. There are recovering addicts who had to hit rock bottom, confronting the full scale of their selfishness and denial, before they could begin the hard work of rebuilding their lives. The shadow, once acknowledged, can become a teacher. Practically, this means developing a new relationship with difficult emotions and difficult people. When you feel anger or envy, do not suppress it or act on it impulsively. Observe it. Ask what it is telling you. When dealing with a manipulative or aggressive person, a realistic view of human nature is your best defense. You recognize the behavior for what it is, a flawed strategy from a flawed human, and you protect yourself accordingly. Ultimately, accepting the full spectrum of human nature is profoundly liberating. It frees you from the impossible burden of trying to be perfect. When you understand that everyone, including yourself, is a complex mixture of light and shadow, you can approach the world with greater empathy and wisdom. Embracing the darkness does not extinguish the light, it allows you to see it more clearly.